Let's hear from the coach. This is Behind the Beard with Bobby Smirniotis, Forge FC head coach and sporting director. Now, the woman who takes us there, here's Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
But you know what I mean? Doing it off camera was tough because I felt like I was just looking at my notes and
I don't
wasn't
even
actually
remember that phase.
You don't remember?
Yeah, now I remember sitting at the desk
You
here.
sat there. I would sit on the other side of your desk and then just...
And you'd record.
And then I would, on my phone, just being like,
Yeah.
okay, so last weekend...
If you didn't bring that up...
You would remember.
No.
Honestly, I would have been okay if that never came back into your memory.
There you go.
Not my best work.
Yeah. Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it.
There you go.
Nobody go back and listen. Just kidding. It's probably fine.
All right.
I was on CHCH.
Louie B?
With Louie.
Louie, my man.
Yes. Yeah.
Louie. What did he bring up? All his Forge moments?
Forge moments, how he pioneered the digital hosting role.
Yeah.
All
About
the
the bubble.
The bubble.
The bubble in PEI.
If Louie Bucko brings up the bubble one more time, I'm going to lose my mind.
The pinnacle of his life.
Honestly, he refers to that like it was. So
It was a good time.
I heard.
It was a very good time.
You guys drinking whiskey together, something along those lines.
Pretty sure he drank a little bit more whiskey.
More than you?
Yeah.
You know what one of the questions he was that were, to me, he was referring to me as his Gen Z expert. So naturally, he was just inquiring on all the slang, which of course you know.
Yes.
But he asked, do you think Gen Z drink less? And then he proceeded to tell me about his time in Niagara College and how he went out every weekend and keggers and all this. And I'm just sitting there like... So he gives himself a lot of credit in that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a couple of memorable nights.
Man.
PEI.
Shout out Louie. I miss him in this building.
Then again, we were confined to a hotel and not much to do.
Realistically, what else are you going to do? What did you guys do?
For me, I had a lot to do. Prepare for games, watch film.
The practice and stuff.
You know, all that kind of thing.
What about cards? You guys ever play cards in there?
Did I play cards? No. We played, is it Jenga?
Yeah.
Jenga's the thing where you pick, yeah, but it was like giant Jenga.
No way.
Giant Jenga?
You're kidding.
Played,
It was like a mega version?
It was in our allotted play area outside. Our playpen. That's what we used to call it.
Are you serious?
We had a few picnic tables out there.
That is hilarious. It's like recess.
We had Jenga. We had the, those bean bags you throw. Cornhole.
Yeah.
We had some rings we would throw in the.
Oh yeah, all the things.
It was like a mini CNE.
That is literally a schoolyard.
Yeah.
I always wonder what that looked like.
And then people would walk outside the fence just staring at us.
Like you were in
zoo animals.
a zoo.
Correct. We would ask people to buy us ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great ice cream shop outside that we couldn't get to.
Why? You were locked in there?
Yeah, we weren't allowed out of the hotel.
Oh my God.
There was literally fence put up. I'm not joking.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Truly, I didn't know that.
Each team had their own cage.
That's insane. I knew it was the bubble.
And as each team got eliminated, each other team's cage got a little bit bigger. Forge had the biggest one by the end.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds like very...
It's a little bit like Survivor.
Yeah, I was going to say, or like a Netflix, like utopian kind of...
They should have done a massive doc on that whole...
Yeah, that would have been
I think it was 6 weeks, 43 days.
I'll ask Louie, man.
Yeah.
He's got all the deets.
We were there on day one and...
So he was in the hotel with you guys.
Yeah. So anybody who was part of whatever was going on...
The organization.
Had to be in there. League people, media pro, everybody.
Wow.
Everybody.
I'm just thinking about you guys on your recess time being like, get us ice cream. I have people walking by me outside. Holy. Okay. Well, let's just say I'm grateful I came after that.
Why did we talk? Oh, we talked about it because of Louie.
CHCH.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Gosh.
Just wanted to keep telling you my appearances CPL, as I expand.
League One, One Soccer, CHCH. What's next?
CONCACAF. Just keep wearing the polo and it will come.
There you go. We got the right one on today.
I know. I wanted to make sure I didn't catch any
I don't
slack.
even have that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you noticed my shirt, but not my hair. No. How rude. Got my hair done, everyone.
Oh. Why laughing?
It's not. I'm not.
Okay.
But.
Yes.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter.
Do we have a show to do?
Yeah, we've got some topics.
Apparently we've been rambling here.
Just quickly, I know there isn't a lot to say.
Scribble on your book there.
I have a lot of notes here, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't go off on a tangent like we are now.
Got it.
So, you talked in the press conference about the Halifax game. We don't need to talk long about it. Saying it was just on uncharacteristic on all fronts. Not good enough from top
front
to bottom.
Back, top to bottom,
front to back.
sideways, one way, north, south. It doesn't matter which way you put it.
Looking at this week of training, though, how do you feel the team has responded, whether that's concentration, effort level?
Yeah, usually the first day back to training after a day off is kind of like a slower day. And not that the effort's not there from players in general, but this week it's been a little bit different. I think everyone's come back in after that game and realized that's not indicative of who they are as players and what the expectation is of them, for themselves, for our fans. So it's been quite good so far in these first 3 days of training this week. A couple more to go as we prepare for Vancouver.
So did you travel back that day, right, on the Saturday?
That evening.
And then off day Sunday? Back Monday, and of course.
Monday.
Here we are. Wednesday, BTB. Now, before we...
Wednesday, match day.
Nope. Comment.
Minus.
3. Actually,
well
complete guess. That was all off
There you
vibes. Well, you're still 3 points clear of the top of the table with the draw between Cavalry and Atletico. Now there's 5 games left, 3 of which are away, the first being Vancouver, which we'll get to in a second. But how do you emphasize, or at all, these last 3 away games as the team has to be better than we've seen in previous in terms of away from Tim Hortons Field to maintain the lead?
Yeah, I think we do a great job, to be honest, of not having guys overthink things in scenarios. Okay, we haven't been great in the amount of wins we've gotten on the road, and making that a massive topic. Each game brings everything. 2 weeks ago, everyone's happy, we've won. Now we lose the last game. You don't change your mentality and home or away, because you can't really put a finger on, why the record hasn't been what it's like last year on the road or every year. We've flip-flopped it. The important thing is we're in a good spot. The thing we got to focus on is we have to stay in that spot. And to do that, the margin of error is slim. When you go into the games, we know right now that every single team in this league is playing for something. And they need to put everything on the line. And I think that's what we need to focus on. So it doesn't matter whether it's at home here or away. It's 5 very important matches. But you have to look at those all in isolation and not, what do I have to do in these 5? I've got these many away, these many home, because it means nothing, because it's about what you do in this next result. That's what sets you on what then you do forward. So full focus on Vancouver, full focus on what we need. And, of course, we need 3 points. So whether it's on the road or away, that's what we need to do. And, when we need to be dialed in and do, what this club and these players are accustomed to, and make sure that the last game was the anomaly.
There's one other thing I wanted to get your opinion on, and that was Alex, who also spoke in the press conference. And he said, similar to in years prior, in situations like this one, when you have an opportunity to really leverage yourself in the standing or pull away, the team tends to make it a little bit harder on themselves than it really needs to be. And then when it gets tight, that's when they step up. So have you seen that pattern, and why do you think that might be the tendency?
I've been here for 6 years. I've seen it every year.
Okay, for the sake of the question, Bobby, for the sake of the pod.
It's hard to explain. We're definitely a team that makes things interesting on ourselves, on our fans. But okay, that's done, and I think the players know that, and you always learn from your past, and you try not to repeat it. Sometimes it repeats. We just need to make sure that the end result repeats as it has in the past. Right.
So okay, pick and choose what you want.
Yeah, because. It's happened in the past that we've had a game like this in the bottom stretch of the season where it hasn't been very good at all. I can pick one in each of the years, and the end result of the season is quite good. Hopefully we can stay in that trajectory if we want to talk about the past. But because I don't like doing that, it's, focus on our football, focus on our energy. When this team plays with energy, when this team is out there and it fights, football supersedes. When our energy is low and we don't fight, you never know what's going to happen. It's random football, and I definitely don't like random football.
I felt that one. For somebody who likes history, it's funny how you don't really want to look back.
I love history.
You love history. Yeah. And you know what? So does Steve Milton. He actually, you talked about picking a result from each season.
Here's the beauty of history. It repeats itself in a lot of things, in a lot of things that happens in society, and a lot of things that happens in the world and in sports. It repeats itself, so it's good to know it, but you can't just always base it because you don't know when it's going to repeat itself.
Right, you can't predict.
You don't know when that cycle is going to come. Is it something that happened 50 years ago that it's going to happen now, or in sport you can't just say what happened last year is going to happen this year. It will repeat. Forge will be a champion again, that's for sure. But we have to go out and you have to do it to make it happen this year, so that you don't have to look forward to doing it next year or 5 years from now. But the Ticats will be champions again. That is for sure. So it always comes back.
Mm-hmm. Couple new signings.
Yep.
I want to talk about that. Victor's agent was just in here, actually. Met him. Haven't met Victor, but I've met his agent. So let's start with him now that the CPL rosters have frozen. Greek, Belgian player, right? I think we can expect to see him either in the striker or wing position. Other than being Greek, what else did you bring him in for? That wasn't actually my question, but it just came out.
It was just a natural thing, eh? Yeah. See, Mackenzie walks around the hallways here and just hears random Greek being flowing around between the staff. So it's like, why not throw another player in there?
Sure, yeah.
It's what Coach said. We've got 3 half Greeks because Victor's father's Greek, his mother is Belgian.
Okay, yeah.
Alex Akinoti Janssen, father Swedish, mother is Greek. Benny has Greek roots as well.
I did not know that.
Yes.
No way. Yeah. Okay.
So Victor's got an interesting background. Greek, Belgian, grew up in Uganda.
Okay, we're learning something new every day.
So there you go. So we're very very happy to have him in. He's a player of a high caliber. Just his pedigree alone, where he's played, what he's done. I think it's special and fantastic that we've gotten him in here. He's a player. We've been, I don't want to say tracking, but when you're looking for players that are free in the market, it's obviously you look in markets that you know very well. Belgium, Holland, Greece, and certain markets we know. So we've been tracking some players that were free, and just talking to the last moment. And turns out, he wanted something new at this stage to do, and we got our fit here, and we hope he's going to help us down the stretch.
Cool. Yeah. There's one other guy, Orlendis, Benitez. Did I get that right?
Yes.
I think what people don't know is that he was actually a part of this team on a short-term contract in 2022.
2022.
He does come from League One Ontario side, though, Simcoe County Rovers. So what went into the decision to bring him back?
Yeah, I think we had a couple of roster spots open. Obviously, with Kwesi leaving as well, we had a couple of roster spots. And you just look at things, and we've had some injuries as of late to some important players, and so not only do you want to bring a player like Victor in with a lot of experience from abroad and at the highest level of the game, but then you're saying, who are the best players out there that can provide us something, and not just depth, somebody who can go in and play, but also in this short period, because it's a short period to the end of the season, who can come in and will be acclimatized, will be someone that the players know. He knows the system, he knows what we need, and is a name that just kept on coming up because he was excellent a couple of years ago when he was back here in 2022, fully part of this team and helping us in that season. As we came to the roster freeze, we had a couple of chats with him, and we thought, what, his talent is there. He'll walk in here. It'll be, a normal thing for him. He knows us, the coaches. We know him, so it was an easy one when you're at a quality player like that. Right.
Not long of an adjustment period, I suppose.
No, we don't have time for that.
No time to adjust. No. Okay, so this weekend, you're over to the West Coast now. All the way from the East. Pause in the middle. Now you're out back to the West. You'll play Vancouver FC, who are currently in the lead for that 5th and final playoff spot. However, they do come off 3 consecutive losses, having scored no goals. So it's probably fair to assume that they'll make some adjustments, whether that's tactical, personnel. But what version of them are you expecting, and how do you, set this team up for success, knowing that you're also in a place where you need to bounce back?
Here's the thing with Vancouver, and it's been interesting. They're a team in their 2nd year in the league, but it doesn't matter what they've done in their other games. They've been the best version of themselves playing against Forge. That's the one thing. We know, and so you take things from their previous games, but mostly you got to take from the games that you've played against them because they show a little bit of a different face. I sometimes want to say more of a bite, more of a fierceness to them in trying to make things very difficult for us. And that's what we're preparing for this week. So, form, I put that aside, goals, and all of that stuff doesn't matter because, I think we'll see a different Vancouver team than maybe the one that played Pacific on the weekend or even York a couple of weeks back.
There's one guy that I want to point out in particular. You talk about York. Austin Ricci comes from there and will play with Vancouver. Now, what else do you anticipate he will pose in terms of challenges other than maybe, of course, wanting to prove himself there and that transfer was the right decision for them?
I think for Vancouver, they moved Moses Dyer, which was a very direct attacker, kind of a bull in the box and does a good job of being in and around there. And I think maybe they wanted to replace that type of profile, and Austin Ricci fits that. There are two players between Dyer and Ricci that are very similar in that profile. So I think he provides that to them, just a little bit more of the direct play, the directness into the box, and physical nature of the way not only he attacks but he defends. So I think it just gives him a different dimension with Diaz, who I think is one of the best strikers in the league that they have over there. So, we're aware of, the different types of things they can come out with. But, I think for us, we've got to be sharp. We've got to be the good version of us and the best version of us in these games. And that's the most important thing, because when that happens, we're playing at a good tempo, we're playing at a high tempo, we're playing attacking football, we're engaged defensively. And you do those things right, and you usually come out on top.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll wrap the conversation there. However, this is episode 20. Of
Episode
season
20.
2.
Did we get to 20 last year?
We did.
Oh, we did. Okay.
That was the milk. That was a whole milk debacle thing. Remember? I didn't bring you a gift.
I brought you a gift.
What? Oh, thank you.
It's in this bag. You just can't open it.
I brought you this bag and this ball that has been here for 30 years.
I'm pretty sure that ball, I think we've talked about it before,
we have.
It's probably from 2006, 7.
For those of you on audio, it's looking a little bit banged up. I can't lie. Not much air left in that thing. However, what we did do last year, which I'm looking to repeat, not to get back into the whole history combo.
Learn how to make a cappuccino?
Ooh, yes, that's one. I got to work on that. Not what I'm talking about, though.
No.
Top 3 BTB moments up until this. I have a few in mind.
Okay.
Last year, I'm pretty sure we went same, maybe one off.
So we're talking about this year.
We're talking about this year. Now, mind you, I had time to think about this, and I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay. I'm trying to think pretty quick here.
Do you know what I want to get, though? Hold on. Sorry. Improper podcast move here.
What are we doing
I'm getting
here?
my phone.
Props?
I just want to show you the vid that we did last year.
Don't you think you should have had this ready before?
Yep. I wasn't thinking about it. Sorry.
Let's go. Okay, first place, Bobby's age.
We're in the same sweater.
On the spot.
You look the exact
Now
same.
listen, I know what
look so
you're
Make
different.
my top one.
Now I can tell you got your hair.
Okay. Why? Just because you put me on the spot and
I
you
think
can
it was
see
just
the
great.
stress?
It was just great.
The stress in my eyes.
2, the beard.
Oh, when I
Classic.
put on the beard.
Classic.
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about that.
And I think 3 overall, what I've enjoyed the most is making sure I'm keeping you on script. Sometimes you forget.
And then a little call out to finish it off.
Okay.
This year's obviously different, but that's what we said.
This year. Did we have
Do you want
any
to start with
props?
number 1?
Number 1, Canaries.
Yeah. No brainer.
Canaries.
Wheezing.
Canaries.
I think about that on a day-to-day basis.
Canaries. 100 Canaries. Plus.
In the garage.
In the garage. I don't even know. How did we get to that? Oh. I don't even know. I think you asked me what animal I'd fight, and I think I'd beat.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
or
I'm not
like
gonna
what random pet you would.
Well, maybe a pet that I've had. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Canaries. Number 1.
Funniest thing of all time.
Number 1.
Shout out your uncle, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it your uncle?
Uncle George.
You guys got to go back and watch that epi if you don't know what we're talking about.
You go with one now.
Okay. Number 2. Actually, no, I know what my number 3 was. It was the game that we played. You're like, what game?
Which game? I got number 2 now.
Okay. Remember, this is my 3. I forget 2 right now. When we were guessing players, I pulled it out.
Oh,
and
yes.
then you had a timer, and then you had to guess. I was so bad at that game.
Yeah, I didn't think we knew how we were playing that game,
No,
to be honest.
No, because you were confused on the timing, but it was
Yeah.
just funny and also like different. So
Okay,
I
I
liked
got my number 2.
that. Okay.
Because my kids brought it up a couple of days ago. They didn't bring it up.
Oh.
They said the word Riz.
Oh yes, that's what mine
Yes,
was too.
yes.
Yeah.
They said Riz. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Where do I know that from?
And I'm like, what does that mean again? And then they were trying to ask me what all the words we talked about then. The only
Really?
thing I remember was out of pocket.
Yeah.
And me and my wife were like, yeah, out of pocket, like we paid things, and my kids are looking at us. I'm like, you guys.
And that's fair.
And I couldn't remember the other ones.
No cap.
No cap.
Remember?
Yeah, no.
That one was really funny too.
Because my boys come up with these words and
You're like, what?
like, please leave.
And either stop
Yeah.
talking or leave.
Go.
In fairness, I did not give you what I promised,
Yeah.
and that was the breakdown of words with
Yes,
their
yes,
definitions.
yes. But that was number 2.
Yeah.
That was fun. Number 3?
I said the game, but there's
Oh, the
definitely
game.
other moments that I'm forgetting right now.
You need some preparation for that.
Well, we can come back to it next week if there's something else.
Good. But number 1, Canaries.
Like, it's funny how far above everything
Yes.
else that
Yeah.
is.
Maybe that's why.
I
I think we spent 5 minutes of video of just you laughing and crying at the same
tears.
time.
Real tears.
It's just-
I almost did it again.
Yellow, orange canaries flying around in somebody's garage.
I was picturing them out of their cages,
Yeah.
though, like flying in circles.
That would only be 2 at a time, and
Oh
with
man!
my father allowing them to fly around the house.
All right, week 21 next week.
There we go.
We look forward to it. You gotta just maybe think, if you have a second, if
Yeah.
there's anything else that comes to mind, and we can revisit. Because I feel
Sounds
like
good.
I should do the same.
Number 20.
21 soon.
Well done.
This has been Behind the Beard with Mackenzie Barwell and Bobby Smyrniotis. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.